Hey guys, it's Josh, and welcome back to the Not So Bad Bachelor Pad, your favorite podcast for learning how to balance between being a functional adult and a raging dumpster fire. And let's be honest, most days we're kind of all dumpster fires. Joining us inside the Bachelor Pad this week is probably somebody who is by far one of my new favorites obsessions. She's everywhere I look when I'm all over the internet, not just roasting me, but roasting every other sign out there under the sun. Like I said, sometimes we need it. Joining us
Yeah.
is Athena Richie. Thank you for making time for us today. How are you?
Good. I'm good, and you say that, I come for you, but like nobody's safe, let's be honest.
And you know what? Too many people feel safe. So your service is definitely needed. I want to know how did you end up having people pay you to not just read their chart, but read them as well? Because you do a lot
Yeah.
of these different natal chart readings, don't you?
I do synastry chart readings, I do numerology, I do birth chart roast or birth chart readings depending on like how sensitive you are. But I just do it all. I started in 2020, during the
Okay.
lovely pandemic. I was like, I'm bored. I need to get into something legal. So I started researching astrology and like really like understanding all of it, and there's so much to learn. And I was like, I think a lot of people, they're interested in astrology, but they don't understand it. And that's why a lot of people are like, I don't believe in astrology. And it's like, of course you don't. You're a Scorpio. Like, that's pretty on brand, or an Aquarius. But like, putting a little bit of comedy behind it, I feel like makes it more palatable. I was
For
a
sure.
writer. I was a writer on the show Wild and Out. So I write comedy. So I was like, let me marry the two and just like completely roast people. And that's how it all started.
That is wild. No pun intended. But was astrology something that where you were interested in before the pandemic and you just took this time to like really lean into it? Or was that just something that you pulled out of a hat?
Actually, the truth is, I got introduced into astrology by somebody that was using it in a manipulative way, like
Mhm.
trying to like get into girls' pants and like just being just really gross about it. And that person told me something about myself, and me being the very off-putting person that I can be to gross men, he tried to tell me something that was like not the most, I guess, nice. And so I was like, whatever, I'm gonna look into it myself. And I'm like, it was quite the opposite. And so I was like, somebody's gotta like get into this field of study and really set people straight. Astrology is fun, but it also tells you like why you are the way you are. It doesn't make an excuse for it. It's just like, if you meet an Aries, you shouldn't really mess with them because they're hot headed. They react. If you meet a Pisces and they're super nice or don't react, that's probably why.
No, that's so true. A lot of people hear about astrology or they used to get those 50 cent readings back in the day when we saw minute cards on our phone. I don't know if you if you guys remember those, but they're like Capricorn this, Libra this, and it was just so generic. Like I said, astrology kind of had a comeback, even though it didn't really go anywhere in like the late 2010s, early 2020s, where
Yeah.
everybody was like trying to be so into their chart, into their sign, but not a lot of people knew about it. They're like, I know I'm this, but I don't know what it means. And so a lot of people were kind of taking advantage of them, or they could say anything and they're like, you know what? Yeah, I either really relate to this or are you sure? And nobody could fact check.
Yeah, because people don't understand that, like, astrology is made up of 12 houses. So, you being an Aries is like you talking about your eyebrows. It's not the whole face. You have to understand every single component. Like, if you're an Aries with a moon in Pisces, a rising in Pisces, a Mercury in Pisces, and then you're like, "I don't identify with an Aries, like, I'm not hot-headed." Well, no shit, you're a watered down Aries.
Not a diluted Aries. That's crazy.
A diluted Aries, yes.
But that's so true. So many people don't know about their charts, or they may have gotten their chart at some point, but only
Mhm.
paid attention to maybe their sun or moon signs. And they're like,
Yeah.
I'm this. Like for me, I definitely have gotten my chart done, but never explained. Let's just say that. And that's
Yeah.
such a big thing because you like you said, yeah, there are 12 houses and they each have different meanings. What are they? I personally don't know, but I know you could easily break me down real quick.
Yeah, I mean, you have the sun sign, which is like it's your identity. It's what people mostly know, but the most important sign is the rising sign. It's supposed to be what you're supposed to rise to become. Like, for instance, I'm an Aries, but I'm a Gemini rising. I'm more of a introverted person. I know it doesn't come off like that on social media, but Geminis are supposed to be out there. They're supposed to be out there in the streets. Like,
For sure.
and the only way to get like the gifts from the universe is to really lean into your rising sign. So when I started doing social media, like I got a following really fast because that's what I should be doing. That's what I should be leaning into. And that's kind of like that's like your rising is like your calling. And then you have your moon sign, which is like it's like your emotions, but it's not like your outward emotions. It's like pillow talk. It's like the emotions that people that are really close to you that they know. You know what I mean? And your Venus is like how you love. And then you have your Mars sign, which is like how you get down, like your frustration, your anger, your temper, your grit, your grind. And then your Mercury is how you communicate with people. And then you have like the outer planets where like Jupiter is a planet of luck. Neptune is like your dreamy, intuitive sign. Uranus is like how you like to disrupt shit. And Pluto is like death, rebirth, and transformation. All of it has to come together in order for you to become like a whole painting.
No, I love that analogy. Honestly, it's been explained to me at least 5 or 6 times. This is the easiest way to understand it. Like, everybody talks about the first house, this, the Jupiter. I was like, "Okay." I just shake my head. Honestly, just that, like, how I get down, how I communicate, how I, like, love it, need to be loved. That's easier to understand. It doesn't have to. I feel like sometimes people make it so ethereal, like,
Mhm.
like, it is magical, don't get me wrong. However, how do I understand it? Like,
Yeah. It's like I think astrologers, especially ones on social media, they assume that everybody knows what they're talking about. It's like, no. People are watching you because they want to understand. It's like, bro, you lost me in the first 5 seconds.
right, it's the same thing when we do relationship talk, is theory and jargon is great if you understand it, but if you don't, it just sounds like an adult in a Charlie Brown special.
Yeah,
Just people just tune out because they're so lost.
exactly.
As an Aries, there has to be a sign that you're probably most compatible with.
Mhm.
What is that sign that kinda pairs well with you, at least
Mhm.
on, like, a daily platonic level? Maybe not romantically, but
So Aries is a fire sign.
mhm.
So you're always going to be most compatible with your own people. So like, I mean, I would never ever date another Aries man, but it's supposed to be Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And then also fire signs get along with air signs. So like the Gemini, Libra, because fire and air, they burst.
Okay.
And fire is like, they both know what they're cooking with. Water signs, they either put out the fire or they boil the water. So that's just like drama. And
Mhm.
then a fire with an earth sign, I mean, any combination can work, but it's just comes with its own list of difficulties. Like earth signs are very grounded. They're very practical. And fire signs are very passionate. So when you have a passionate person with somebody that's just like, I just want to ground myself and woo sob and namaste, and Aries is like, can we please go outside? Like it's just it's a mixed match of energy. Getting the two together could also liven something up in an earth sign, and an earth sign could ground a fire sign. Like, why are we getting mad? Think about it. Like, calm down. And an Aries sign will be like, yeah, I mean, you right. I don't want to go to jail today.
No, I definitely get that. One of my best friends is a Virgo, and then I'm a
Ooh,
Capricorn, and honestly, I'd never met a Virgo woman until I hit my 30s, and then I met, like, 2, and that we're all like this, but I feel like we definitely balance each other in ways because I'm a slow burner, but I'm always ready to go outside and crash out just a little bit.
yeah.
They're always ready to crash out, and, like, sometimes they're like, "You know what? Maybe I need to focus and, like, settle down."
Yeah, they're ready to crash out because they crashing out on themselves.
Yes.
They stress themselves out. They want to stress other people out.
Yeah,
Everybody got to get it. Nobody's
100%.
safe.
She was like, "No," like, and she says that, she was like, "Sometimes I need people's head to be as chaotic as mine, so I gotta stir that shit up." As a Capricorn, I'm like, "What sense does that make? I do not understand." Like, what are we doing here?
You're like, "What is the Wi-Fi? Why are we worried about this? Like, I got shit to do."
Right. I've also never heard that like what like. I'm trying to think. I don't really have any earth sign like friends. I guess maybe family, but because like me and all my siblings are all like Capricorn-esque. So it's
Mhm.
like I feel bad for my dad. He had 3 Capricorn boys and what's an early May
That's Taurus.
and a Taurus. So just earth, just grounded as can be.
If there's a lot of earth people hanging around, that's just like a whole bunch of vanilla. Not a much there's not a lot going on. Like, you need to mix up and have the crazy friend, the intuitive friend, the grounded friend, like the wild card. Like, you need that because it's kind of like being around people that are just like you. What are you learning? You're not, because they validate what you doing.
No, that's so true. I tell people that you have to be uncomfortable. Like you need to surround yourself with different like types of people so that you get that neurodivergence. Because when you're all start to think the same, you just end up doing the same thing. So if you really want to
Exactly.
branch out, that makes sense. You need other friends. Okay. So I'm learning. I'm learning about myself and it's only been like
Yeah.
5 minutes. I think one of the biggest things when I talk to people about charts is they don't always realize that there are so many different types of charts and ways of reading. Do you have one that you think is kind of the most accurate to pinpoint a person's personality?
I really feel like if you look at the rising sign and the sun sign and the moon sign, those are called your big three.
Mhm.
That will really tell you like who you are. And if you get to know them on a deeper level, even their Venus sign, because for instance, like Rihanna, she's a Pisces, but she's an Aries rising in an Aries Venus. And that's why she's sassy and
Okay.
fiery and don't take shit. Categorize her as like your typical, like sweet, ethereal Pisces. Like, she got fire to her. And that's because, like, again, it's not just about the sun sign.
That's so true. I feel like my big 3, like, my skeleton is all over the place. Like,
Let's hear
there's
it.
so we have a Capricorn sun, Pisces moon, and then an Aquarius rising. If I
Everybody in your life deserves therapy free of charge. Jesus Christ.
well, I
My
mean,
God.
I'm not that chaotic most times.
You got like the Avengers in your top three. It's just like, it's giving like you're pulled in three different directions and you don't know who's at the wheel.
No, that's so true. Like, Monday, I might wake up and feel this way. Tuesday and Thursday, I have no idea where I'm at.
Man, but you emotional through it all because you got that Pisces moon.
Listen, I may put on a brave face, but I feel things, okay?
Yeah, and then your Aquarius rising's like, "No, you gotta be controlled and not give a
No, that's so true. I would definitely tell everybody, I was like, "No, it's like, it's all about you. Forget everybody else, just be an island, but also, like me, love me, be my friend."
Yeah,
But then the Capricorn, I love it because it keeps it all together. Like, sometimes he's like, "It's okay to feel things, but also we gotta lock it down."
yeah, and Capricorns, they hold a grudge, which is why Jesus was not a Capricorn because he forgave everybody, and Capricorns do not, and that's on period.
You know what? Some people don't need forgiveness, okay? Sometimes
They
they need to know
don't.
about themselves.
F around and find out.
That's why you always need a Capricorn friend because regardless of if you're right or wrong, they will back you and they will read everybody for filth,
Mm,
and they'll take care of you once we get home.
yeah, and then in a relationship, they're big babies. They control everything, but when it comes to the relationship, they're just like, "Whatever you say. I just wanna sit back and relax."
That's so true. I don't have the energy to argue and I want you to be happy, so it's whatever you want.
Exactly, exactly.
So I actually like read something the other day that like male Capricorns are like the best dads for that very reason is like they're stern, they have structure, but they also will just like dote on you a little bit. So I was like, I think that's a great advertisement for Capricorns.
Capricorns need to have, like, water sign children because the only thing I see as a Capricorn and being a parent is, like, structurally, yes, great parent. Like, that kid is being set up for success. But sometimes Capricorns are the loneliest people because they don't like to burden people with their problems. Teaching a child, like, you might be like, hold it in, don't cry. And then that creates a little crock pot of anger for the child because they're like, I'm a water sign. I want to express myself. And like, my dad, I've never seen my dad cry. He just keeps it together all the time. Like, I feel like Capricorns need a water sign child to like soften them a little bit. It's okay to show. I know you feel it, but show it.
I think so. Earth and water are good pairings, right? They're kind of
Yes,
thematic
they're great.
because I can tell, and it's probably, I don't know if this is a red flag or not, but I've only ever dated water signs. Like Pisces, Cancer, please stay away from me because I don't know if I can handle it anymore.
I love it. Have you ever dated a Scorpio?
I have literally, I went back to every single one of my exes. They are either a Pisces or a Cancer.
Oh my God.
And it's also crazy because my mom is a Cancer. My mom and dad are both Cancers.
That's a whole other thing.
Listen, so as an Earth sign, I grew up real wet, real sad, you know?
We love it. We love it. See, it's like nature versus nurture. Like you could be a certain sign, but like the way that you're raised and like the morals and values that are instilled in you, like, they have an effect as well.
No, that's so true, especially because when you're so young, you're just a sponge. Like in the
Hmm.
aspect of everything that's around you, you just suck in and then regurgitate. So you don't know how to be super stoic or fiery unless somebody shows you how to really be stoic.
Yeah. Shows you that it's okay. And you growing up with two water sign parents, you probably are like, "Ugh, I'm just going to keep it inside. And then one lucky person's going to be the bearer of it.
You know what? I that is definitely true. I hold it in, and then that first person who shows an interest, I'm like, "Sorry, I have to unload it." Like, you get all of it, and I didn't know this was a dam. Like, it just burst.
I say, I can't take it back. It's all out there.
Yes. And then, like, they're like, "You know what? This is a little more than I had bargained for." And I was like, "Sorry, my bad. I'll just go stand back over here."
Oh my God. Capricorns.
Listen, we're trying, we're trying. Now, everybody has that one sign that they were like, "I would never date." They just have the bad rap. I think growing up for me, everybody just said Scorpio, 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 and none of the Scorpios I know are crazy, or at
Mhm.
least crazier than I am, or problematic. So, I think it's now changed a lot of my Libras that I've met. Those are the problematic ones that I've been.
It's because your signs kind of like oppose each other because a Libra is very free.
Mhm.
A Libra is very like whatever way the wind blows and they flirt with everything that moves. And Capricorns are more controlled and Libras aren't. And so you look at them like, what are you doing? And they look at you like, why are you like that? And it's just like a bad combination.
I can see that. My frenemy/best friend is a Libra, and I'm like, "Madam, I know I'm a flirt, but then what does that make you?" And she was like, "I'm just a girl. I wanna be loved. Let me go."
She wants to be a lover girl.
And I was like, I get that, but, like, can we do it in a box? Like, 'cause I
You
don't know
know what
where
I
I am.
really think about that? I
Mhm.
feel like, and just with any signs that oppose each other, what you dislike in a one sign is something that you wish you secretly could do and not feel guilty about.
You know, I do wish I could be more free, but as a 6'2", like, 200-pound guy, that
Yeah,
isn't
because
always the
you
case.
can't see the logistically, you can't see how that would be able to function within the realm of your world, but seeing somebody that's kind of free and, like, out there, you're just like, "I don't understand it, it's nice, but, like, I'm just uncomfortable because like, I don't understand how that works." For example, Aries and Aquarius, which is just a very just I just keep it to myself until, like, I can't, and then I see somebody like I have a lot of Pisces friends that are like, they cry at the drop of a dime, and I'm just like, "That could never be me," but also, how nice and freeing it must be to, like, go around and cry and not give a fuck what people think.
That's so true. I could see the emulation because there are a lot of times I look at people and I was like, "I could never do that." In my wildest dream, just not that's not a Josh thing.
Yeah.
However, it must be nice, you know? I don't know where you get the confidence to do what you're doing or who told you that this was the right call,
Yeah.
but I love that for you. Like, I wish I could be on that journey, but everything
If
in my
you
body.
like it, I love it.
Right, exactly. That is literally my motto 98% of my life.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
listen,
literally get uncomfortable when people cry, like, cause I just don't feel like anything that I say is gonna make the person feel better because I'm more, like, realistic, and I'm just like, if you're crying to me about a guy and I've never met him, I'm gonna wanna see him, and then if I see him, then I'm automatically being like, "Oh, fuck no."
like, why are we crying over this?
And, like, which is not the most helpful because, like, obviously my friend likes this tortilla chip. And, like, it's not my
Not
tortilla
tortilla
chip,
chip.
so why am I over here mad about the salsa she's trying to dip it in? But, like, you know what
Honestly,
I mean?
no, I am the same way. Because I am definitely no, no, no. We have to see this big-headed boy who's making you tee-hee, boo-hoo, start pulling
Mhm.
your hair out. And we're like, "This? Like this one right here." No, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
Unacceptable. It'll take 12 of him to even be worth half of you. But you're
yeah,
right. Why am I so worried about what what you trying to dip your chip in?
exactly, and I'm just here to listen. And, like, that's the safest option for me because don't ask me what I think because 'cause I'm gonna tell you. And it's probably not gonna come off in a tactful way. And then we gonna be fighting, and, like, we're fighting over this mid tortilla chip looking motherfucker, and it's just like, "How did we get here?"
I'm definitely about to start calling people tortilla chips, because you said
Like,
it twice today, and I was like, "Yes, look at this tortilla chip, flimsy, clumsy, can't even hold
salty,
it in
easy to
salsa."
break. It's just
Right.
like bottom of the bag. It's like, "Come on."
Bottom of the bat ma'am,
Like, you look like you snuck on the earth, and we're over here crying?
remind me to stay on your good side because 'cause I'm a little marshmallow, like, I can't handle being roasted. I think so many people who have a friend who is either spicy or super logical, we do come off as, like, bullyish sometimes, but it's just love. I was like, "I'm not trying to bully you, and I want you to live your life, but also, sometimes you just need to get it together a little bit," you know?
Yeah, I had not too long ago a Pisces man who was just irritating my soul at work, and he irritated everybody. One day, he decided that he was gonna, try to poke at me. And he's like, "Yeah, I heard that you don't like me." And I'm like, "Yeah?" I was like, "It's true." And he's like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, why?" And I go, "Do you really want to know?" And he's like, and my boss is just like, and I was like, "I think you're fucking rude. I think nobody likes you because your attitude sucks. I think you're like the cream of the crop when really you're like the dirt on the floor. You're bossy as hell. You try to tell me what to do and then you think that I'm going to like you?" And he's like, I was just joking. I go, "Jokes are supposed to be funny. You're not a comedian."
Mm,
He's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Okay." And then we were fine.
that is the realest thing. It's crazy how you're fire sign, I'm earth, but I understand your brain so well because I'm definitely the same way. My managers are like, please don't talk to Josh because he will let you know about yourself in the most blunt fashion. I'm not doing it maliciously, but if you ask me, I will break it down to you real clean. There will be
Yeah.
no meat left on the bone, and we'll be on the same page.
Yeah,
No
it's
worries?
giving per my last email. Very much.
Yes. That is such a thing people don't understand is like, listen, I said what I said. I will reiterate it and I will stand behind it. Sorry, not sorry in the slightest.
Exactly. Like, I'm the type of person, like, you say dumb stuff, and I'm gonna CC people. I'm not even gonna try to hide them. I'm gonna be like, "You gotta come see this dumb shit."
No, it's like the group text, like, you won't believe what this person just sent me. And then I send it out to everybody and it's floating around every chat. And I was like, yes, it was me who put it up there. Or I was like, if it's in a group chat or a group email, I would be like, yes, that was me. I'm the one who threw everything out in the refrigerator. Per my last email, it's getting cleaned out on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm including you.
No, that is so true. Now, I have to know, I told you I can't do Libras. What's that one sign that just kind of drives you up a hill?
Pisces men,
No hesitation.
Aries men.
Okay, good things come in threes. So what's the last one? There has to be one more.
Nobody else really has, like, gotten under my skin, like,
Okay.
those 2, like, it's like Aries men are just you have to meet them later on in life when they've evolved, gotten over themselves, like, calmed their egos down. They're just insufferable, which is probably how a lot of people see Aries women, but, like you add like testosterone on top of that, and it's just not great. And then Pisces men, a lot of them are narcissistic. A lot of them talk in the like third person. Like they think they're God's gift to earth, and it's just like, bro, I hope God takes you up there with him soon. If you really his gift, may you meet your maker. Cause
Like,
like what
why would he leave his gift behind? He'll come back for you. Go.
Pisces men, like they kind of poke and poke trying to get a reaction because they're just like, I don't understand why you're not emotional. It's like, what am I going to get emotional over? Your hair doesn't even want to be with you. Why am I here?
Dang. I could see how you would have definitely been a wild and out writer because some of these are the same punches that I see on the show, and they make me break character completely. Like, I could
I'm
definitely hold it in,
serious.
but you are breaking me down right now. Not your hair doesn't even want to be with you. Oh my jeez. That's noted. Pisces men, Aries men, I get it. Because definitely the addition of testosterone makes so many people less palatable, myself included.
I'm just like, I don't get it for a lot of like, I don't know. I've just never met a Pisces man that's just grounded and not on some fuck shit.
Not for real. I know everybody, or at least most people around you, also love it that you call people on it. Because people hate people who just get such a big head unwarranted. Like, once again, ma'am, sir, you do not have the talent, the charisma, the looks, or the status for
Period.
any of that confidence. So please get out of my face.
Period. I'm like, you have the confidence of a Trader Joe's bag. It's like, you can break.
Listen,
Like,
it's a non-stick pan that's been used way too many times. No, I get that. We talked about this a little bit at the start, how you have such a creative nature. So you're a writer. You also do a little bit of photography.
mhm.
You are kind of killing the social media game right now. The difficulty in being talented is you never know which lane to go into. So how do you kind of navigate the creative space to be like, this is where I need to be right now? Or, you know what? I'm going to do it all. I'm going to write some stuff. I'm going to make some jokes. I'm going to do 3 or 4 different shoots. Like, how
Yeah.
does that work for you?
I've just found that you have to find whatever lane makes you like encourages your authenticity. Like, if I make a video, I know when I'm putting it on and like when I'm just really just talking and like being so realistic and this is like how we would talk to my friends and those are the videos that do the best
Mhm.
because I feel like people can suss out when you're being fake or that's not you. Like people are drawn to authenticity. Like I'm really weird in real life. Like I joke in real life. So this is how I am. I'm a person that is very much like it's never too serious. It was never ever that serious. And I joke around a lot and I don't care what people think or say, which is why if you look under any of my videos, it's not very often, but sometimes people will be like, blah, 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 blah. I don't even like, I don't, okay, cool. Like,
Like, thanks from the peanut gallery. What are you doing? Like, where are you at?
I don't care for like validation from people. And I think that when you do anything and you're not concerned with how people are going to take it because your people are going to find you. The people that your message is meant for are going to find you. You're not for everybody. And if you are for everybody, you're not being authentic. If you don't got a hater, you're not being authentic. And so it's just like, I'm not everybody's, cup of tea, but I will spill it.
I love being trolled because that means for good or bad, I made somebody emotional enough
Yeah.
that they that they had to speak their mind. And you're right. When you find a lane that you're genuine in, you have to protect it because that's kind of when you'll start to shine and like have the most growth. One of the biggest things I had to learn is how to know when to listen and then when to like protect my vision as a creative.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about honesty. I will tell you about yourself. I'll tell you about me. We'll keep it 100. Not every time I need to do that, but there are
Yeah.
definitely some times that
I made a video about Aries. She got on there, got mad. Didn't catch, like, any of, like, the sarcasm
Mhm.
in the video. Comprehension is not a skill that everybody has, but she made a comment, and she was just like, "You and your little Skeletor looking face," and I went to her profile, and I was like, Honey, I know you ain't talking about nobody's fucking skeleton because the last time you saw yours was at the fucking airport in TSA, fucking Queen Torta. Like, no, I know you ain't talking about nobody's looks. And then I was like, by the way, I'm an Aries if you haven't caught on to that. And she's like, see, now I'm mad because you made me be mean. But, like, I'm not gonna let you slide with, like, a Skeletor, like, first of all, thank you, you know, but, like, the tone in which you had said it, so I gotta let you know about yourself, though. You ain't coming up here with Sharpie eyebrows talking about nobody's looks.
Once again, that's the worst thing, and I hate doing it. Like, please don't make me I've been so professional, I've been so put together. Please don't make me actually step out because when I do, you're not gonna like the process, you're not gonna like the result.
No.
I was like, the only time I want a torta is when I'm going out for dinner, okay?
Period. Like,
Because, listen, and once again, Skeletor, iconic. So once again, thank you for calling me iconic, for associating me with somebody who is funny and successful. So where's the insult?
just say that you like my cheekbones, like, what is the problem?
Right. Like, you're in love with me. I get it. Like, you don't have to be weird about it. Just say that.
Exactly. And she didn't fight back after that comment, and I was just like, now I feel a little bad, but, like, sometimes you gotta hand out life lessons, you know? It's all about character development over here.
Listen, I was like, you're just for the people. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm always on the go, and sometimes inspiration hits me at the weirdest hours of the day. It'll be 2 a.m., and I was like, "This is a great post," or I'll be, like, looking through the text messages with my friends and their, like, significant other or the person they're talking to, and I was like,
Mhm.
I need to wake up, fix the bed head, and shoot, like, a quick, like, 10-second TikTok." Do you have that same thing where inspiration just hits you out of nowhere and you're like, "I gotta put pen to paper, I gotta, like, get in front of every camera now?"
I mean, normally it's whenever, like, I come across somebody that does something weird or irritating or funny, I'm like, "What's your sign?" Bet. Making a video about you. My neighbor is super nosy. Like, praise God because, like, I'm never gonna get abducted because he is surveillancing everything I do. But I'm like, "When's your birthday?" And he was like, "November 10th." I go, "A Scorpio." Nosy Scorpio? Who'd have fucking thought? Of course you're a fucking Scorpio.
Like, that's also such a flex to be able to just know the day and be like, "Here's what you are." I could do that with maybe, like, 2 or 3 signs, and I was like, "Oh, you're a Capricorn." Once again, I was like, "I know those Pisces, Cancers because I'm always dating them, so I got the birthday unlocked."
Yeah.
But I can't remember all 12. So I think that's such a, like, a cool talent that you have. Just be like, Scorpio, Sag, through and through. Or you could probably
Exactly.
hear a situation and be like, "That person was probably a Virgo."
Yeah, like, sometimes I can ask enough questions and figure out somebody's, like, at least one of their top 3.
That's why I hate that my top 3 are, like, kind of the big 3 because it's so easy to be like, Aquarius, yep. Capricorn, yep.
Mm.
Pisces, yep." And you're like, "Yeah, those are, like, not the most common, but, like you said, just the bigger ones that people always hear about." Because I feel like they do get talked about way more than, like you said, some of your Virgos, your Libras, your Aquariuses or not Aquariuses, what's another
Taurus.
Taurus, yeah.
Taurus.
You don't hear about them all the time. Like I said, like Leo,
'Cause
Aquarius.
they're not out here being crazy.
Listen,
That's
sometimes
why.
you gotta be problematic to thicken the plot, okay? Nobody wants a boring story.
Exactly.
That, like, reminds me, though, I feel like all signs have, like, pros and cons because there are really, like, 4 versions of each sign in my book. You
Mhm,
have the early month slash the late monthers, and then you have the men and women,
mhm.
because I've met Capricorn women, and they are nothing like Capricorn men, and I
Yeah.
feel like those December Capricorns are also a little weird.
Yeah, they're so your astrology is split up into, like, your sign is split up into it's called a decan, and it's, like, 30 degrees, so you have 3 different types of each
Mm.
zodiac sign. And normally, the first 10 days are what's considered the true version of that sign. And then the other 2 decans, their sub-ruler is another planet which either enhances or dilutes and makes you like a smart Gemini or a petty Gemini or a intuitive Gemini.
So, like, as a back deacon Capricorn, I'm probably a petty Capricorn, which honestly tracks. because I'm big petty.
Yeah, see, like I'm a true Aries.
Mm. So confident, fiery, does not tolerate the bull. Okay.
Yeah, basically me, yeah.
And that's great. Those are great attributes to have. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to be confident, who like I didn't hear anything that was bad in that like little trio. Now I feel like Aries honestly don't have too bad of a rap. Like people may say they're passionate and sometimes they have big feelings, but that's it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I said, I feel like we're wearing it out. But like Scorpios, I feel like they get shaded. Capricorns, we get shaded.
I hear too much bad things about Capricorns except for you guys claim Jesus. Mostly the zodiac signs I hear the worst things about are Geminis, Scorpios, and Virgos irritate people
Mhm.
because they're so put together and stressed the fuck out. But those are like the zodiac signs that like people just have problems with, and it's like the things that they have problems with them over is probably things that they wish they had. Like Scorpios, they just know shit. They know shit, and like people are like, "Oh, Scorpio's a water sign," but Scorpio is ruled by Mars, the planet of aggression, which also rules Aries. So you got a fiery ass water sign that don't put up with shit. They feel everything, but you ain't gonna see it. And they gonna know all your business and you're not gonna know nothing about them.
Tight lip type shit. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's see, I feel like it's such a good tool to be able to read and understand people. Because correct me if I'm wrong, like being honest, how often do you really have problems with people? Because I feel like when you can read a person, you know when to avoid them, when to like confront them, and when to just be there.
Yeah, I mean, we all and this is like getting off on a Bashar, I don't know if you know who that is, kind of tangent. He's the I don't know what you would call him, he's a spiritual guru that, like, just teaches about the human mind, but we apply definition to things, and that's what gives it meaning. So, like, if you are the type of person that's just like, "I see you, I understand how you are, I don't fuck with it," then you're not applying such a negative meaning because you understand it. You're just like, "That's them, they could be over there." But it's like when you just apply negative meanings to things, that's when things get under your skin.
No, that's so true. I say this all the time to a lot of the people I deal with is people aren't responsible for your feelings. Like there's nothing that they
Yeah.
can really do to make you feel any type of way. Now, how you respond to it or how you comprehend it, that's what
Yeah,
gives it the
exactly. You are behind the driving wheel, and if you're not, then it's time to go make an appointment. No shade. But,
exact.
like, that's why I don't understand people that are like, "He made me upset." No, you are upset. He didn't make you up like, what he did subjectively or objectively could be really fucked up, but, like, you applied meaning to that. If you look at it like, "Oh, this is, like, an experience that I had. This is a life lesson. This is developing my character." That's a very different way of looking at it as besides saying, like, "He did this to me. I'm a victim." It's like, you're a willing participant.
No,
So, like, everything is a lesson. Every single person you come across is a lesson, and it's just, are you gonna learn the lesson, or is the universe gonna have to keep bitch slapping you?
facts. It's the biggest thing is I tell people that. I was like, I realized this. I was like a heavier set kid. So when a bigger kid called me fat, that didn't bother me in the slightest. Like I felt nothing towards that. But then when a skinny, super athletic person did, then for some reason, even though it was the same statement, it made me feel some type of way. And so
Mhm.
and it's really the same as you get older, no matter what the situation is when you feel like the person, when you assign a higher value to somebody,
Mhm.
then what they say has so much sway or control over your state, your being. But when it's a person who doesn't nourish you or you think has no real like comparison, like right to speak in the space,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like you just wave them off. So it's so funny how people are like that, regardless of time.
Yeah, like, don't tell me that I messed up your self-esteem. Like, in the great words of Cat Williams, "Bitch, is called self-esteem. It's esteem of the motherfucking self.
We love
Figure it
cat.
out."
That's another real one.
He's an Aquarius.
You know what? I don't mind rising to be cat. There you go. Now I'm related. Now I'm locked in. I'm trying to become my Aquarius self.
Yeah.
He's so true. That's like I said, that's another man who likes to tell people about themselves real quick. Like I said, it does nothing. Like so many people get mad about it, but if somebody's taking the time to tell you about yourself, maybe you need to listen because at least 30% of it might be true. At least.
Yeah, because we're all mirrors. We're all mirrors to each other. So it's like if people just listened and like let stuff affect them and take the hit, maybe you might change the way that you come across.
That's valid. Okay, I got one last question
Mhm.
before I like wrap it up. You've been doing this for a hot minute, 6-ish years, like almost 6 years.
Mhm.
People from all over have probably talked to you. You've met a lot of people. What is the most unhinged birth chart that you have seen? Like, what's the combination that you're like, nope, stay away immediately?
I'm gonna say this in the most general way because I'm sure they don't want this information out there, but I did a member of the royal family's birth chart. And I did not know how entwined they were with the royal family until after I finished the birth chart reading. And I said, this birth chart is giving very much Princess Diana vibes. And then it was relayed to me that this person actually was related to Princess Diana, and I was like, "Shit, yeah, that tracks." So that was exciting, reading royalty to people from the royal family. I didn't get to post it because
Right.
it was just for their eyes, but that was really exciting.
No, it's so crazy, like the opportunity that the people you'll accidentally collaborate with and not know until afterwards. Like, dude, that was like somebody who was actually like pretty cool. Or like you said, I can't talk about it, but if y'all knew what I knew, just say it.
Yeah, I was like, "Man, that was exciting."
Yes. Well, Athena, thank you so much for hanging out today. Do you have, I mean, we all know we are going to see some more amazing content from you throughout the year, but do you have anything big planned up that you're excited for the rest of 2026?
Right now, I'm working on writing scripts. I wanna sell comedy films and all that, and I just plan on going really hard with the rest of my social media, just trying to bring laughter out there during such a crazy time in this world. It's not for nothing, the most hated sign is Gemini, which happens to be my rising sign, but, the person that leads our country is a Gemini, and so that should just speak for itself.
You know what? Maybe that's why the sign is the way it is because they knew. They knew it was coming. Well, like I said, thank you. I can't wait to see some of your writing. If you need an extra, I'm semi funny. I could read a line or two. Uh, no,
Period.
but like I said, thank you so much for today. I can't wait for everybody else to reach out to you, get their chart done, and I
Yeah, come get roasted. Don't
Mhm.
don't be s don't be scared.
Don't
Come
be
get
scared.
roasted. You already know about yourself. Everybody else needs to too.
Right. Listen, it's the best advertisement you can get, being co-signed and or roasted. Yeah. All right. I will see all you amazing bachelors and bachelorettes and partner people next week for another new episode. And until then, just stay in your own lane, okay? Because you never know what sign is going to be the next one to come out of this.
And Jesus wasn't a Capricorn.
Uh okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine.